Every child is born feeling worthy, but along the way, that sense of worthiness gets crushed. It's enough to be born a girl when your parents wanted a boy or the other way around. It's enough to be born a girl in a male dominant society. It's enough to be born a little less or a little more feminine or masculine than what the society considers feminine or masculine. It's enough to be born a sensitive child in a world that rewards toughness and labels emotions as weakness. It's enough to be born into a poor family in a society where thoughts of sex and money dominates most people's thinking. Then your sense of worthiness gets so crushed that you may even feel worthless because you allow those ideas, those judgments, those rejections define who you are and measure your worth, like I did. Everywhere I looked, there was nothing that could soothe that pain of unworthiness within me. So, somewhere along the way, I decided that I needed to prove my worth. I did everything to be the special child, the celebrated student, the attractive girl, the best employee, the good wife. And in doing all that, I lost myself while I didn't feel any more worthy. So I became angry at the world that didn't want me the way I was. So if you are full of anger, there is a reason for it. Don't shame yourself for it. When anger couldn't get others to love me or to reflect back to me my worth, then I became depressed and constantly anxious. And this is the story of many. And one day I looked at myself and I couldn't understand how I got there. I was lost. But in the middle of all that, there were moments that I could remember a little bit of who I used to be. The days that I could ask for what I wanted without feeling ashamed of myself. When I could speak up without fear. When I could laugh without holding back. When I could take up space without thinking that I needed to earn it. And that helped. Now that I think about it, there was help along the way in different forms, like a poem I read as a child that said, if a piece of rock breaks a golden dish, the golden dish is still made of gold. And that stayed with me to this day. As a child, I became an avid reader. I loved the stories, and stories helped me. Sometimes a movie helped me shift that sense of unworthiness a little bit. But more than all of those, I had a few teachers that really appreciated me and made me doubt others' opinions about me, doubt that sense of unworthiness within me. So that's why I believe there is always help for everyone in any situations. But our mental noise makes us blind and deaf to the help that is available to us. Maybe because help doesn't always come in the form that we expect, or maybe because it doesn't feel big or life changing at the moment. It might be just a sentence in a book that stays with you. It might be someone that sees you in a way that you have forgotten to see yourself. Or it might be just a feeling that moves through you when you hear a line in a song or in a movie. It's subtle, but it's always there. So if you are in a situation similar to the one I was in, I want you to know that there is always help available. With life pushing me to grow and find who I am, I gradually accepted where I was and the fact that I needed some help. Help first came in the form of a self improvement workshop from a very unlikely source. But I was at the point that I believed every healthy way is better than nothing, and changes started there. My little Now, I'm not going to misguide you by saying that my path to finding my worth was an easy one, but it would have been a lot easier if I knew what I am telling you right now. My little journey started with a change in my perspective first, and then finding people who had suffered in similar ways and they could understand me, and having a mentor that gave me space to say what I needed to say without judging me, without shaming me for it. But at the end of the day, it was all on me, wiping up that dust of unworthiness, looking at myself in the mirror and saying, I love you no matter what. Later, I realized that worthiness is not something you build, it's not something you develop, it's something you remember. You just have to be present enough to see it. These days, I feel the sting of others' rejections, even in smallest form, like when they avoid having eye contact or smiling back or saying hi, because I'm not from the same group of people, the same race, the same culture, the same religion, but I'm conscious and aware. I remember who I am. I remember what I'm made of. I'm made of gold, and they can't ruin that. They can't change that. They simply don't have access to that part of me. They can only reject that, and that's okay. I will always remain gold, no matter what happens to me in life. And I know that I can always get back to who I am. And I can remember that most people are so lost in their mental and emotional patterns that they can't help but reject me and you according to their mental and emotional patterns. We are all made of gold, but we keep forgetting that in the noise of societal norms, others' expectations, our inner mental noise. So maybe it is time for you to find that gold within you, and I hope this video helps you.